Hello everyone. If you are not watching this live, this is a live video if you didn't know, so we'll be starting very shortly. The NRL has not finished yet. It has about 4 minutes to go. Raiders are winning 26-18, which is very, very impressive. So yeah, we're just going to chill, wait for people to come in, and get to this recap and review. And yeah, go from there. Go from there. Okay, so we got that up. We need to get this up. Perfect. Now we are ready to go. Toya. That is huge for me, actually. Wow. Robert Toya scores. That's insane. That's actually huge, 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 huge for me. I love that. Wait, did the try actually happen? Or they take it back? Robert Toya. Waiting for this game to end, and then we can get straight into the wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. Get straight into it. Unless this game has a miracle in play for us. What did you say? Sorry. A last minute sub Savage off for Toya makes it feel less bad now. Yeah, I actually last minute switched Tamale off and put Billy Smith in. So that's a bit meh from me. But I actually just thought Billy Smith was gonna... Oh my god, Tamale got 92. That hurts. It's a 50-point swing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I had Tamale in, and then I switched Billy Smith in. I did not expect Tamale to go 92. Wow. That is insane. Wait, did Roosters? No. So Toya goes in. How you doing, Loxov, by the way? Twenty seconds to go. So what does Toya finish on around? Hosking finishes on around 40 to Tarpanay 59. Toya 54. I shouldn't have played McCarthy. That was my misplay. I should have had McCarthy on the bench and Tamale, Toya, Smith, Lucas in. That's that feels a bit weird by me. I don't know. I don't know why I did that, to be honest, now looking back at that. It is what it is, though. Some people don't have Tamale, so that's fine. Pretty good for the end of the weekend. Yeah, mate, I played golf all weekend. I played 18 holes on Friday, 18 holes on Saturday, and 18 holes on Sunday. I've got a bit of color. Even though the weather wasn't amazing, it was really, really fun. Really, really fun. So, Raiders go up 26-24. Wow. Actually didn't expect Raiders to win this game, to be honest. That is a huge win from the Canberra Raiders, to be honest with you. What did... we can go through that later. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes, see if people... if any more people join in now that the game's over, because it's likely there's some people watching the game as well. And then get straight into this beautiful wrap up. I'll check my team, what I ended up getting. Sandon Smith got 70. Jeez. I wonder what par is going to be this week. It's really interesting. Wow, so many people traded in for Lehigh Hopewadi, eh? Nice. That's fair, I guess. Yeah. I'm still confused by the Adam Fanor Blake. I guess if you went to Koloamatangi from whoever you went to, oh, people are going to be burning about trading Tamale. Oh, you are going to be hurting on that one. How many people in top 1% traded out Tamale? Oh my gosh, 120. And I didn't put him in. Damn. Oh my God. So many people. Okay, that's really interesting. From my team, 120 people in the top 1% traded Tamale. 98 traded Billy Smith, who just beat his break even. Then 91 traded Hubner and I held him. And then people were trading Hosking, I guess, to go to Colo. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. So I've held on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Hello, everyone. I will put a timestamp for the start of this video. Welcome to the Rage Traders. Welcome to another NRL Supercoach recap wrap-up video for a blistering round 13. The most probably, in my opinion, the best game of the round has just finished. I watched about 70 of the 80 minutes. And it was the Canberra Raiders versus the Roosters. that was a great game. Very, very happy if you're a Tedesco owner, a Tamale owner, but you got a very nice late try from Tedesco, which was kind of 50-50 on the back end of how that play started. But it is what it is, right? That is how footy goes. All right, let's get in to the thick of things. I will start off by talking about most probably the worst and best thing I did this week. Geez, that's going to be interesting. If you want to post or just comment your scores or have any questions in the chat, go for that for sure. More than happy to answer whatever questions you might have. But let me get the chat pop up and then let's get straight into it. So let's go like this, home. All right, so this week I am looking at 1,240 for the week. Now, if I played Tamale, I would have been around 1,290. So I had about a 50-point swing there. That's it is what it is, you know. I thought Billy Smith could maybe snag a try tonight. I didn't think Tamale was going to play the way he played, to be honest. Like, he just played exceptional tonight. So good on him, and I'm still very happy I held him. Now, my biggest play this week, and I think a week where I had a bit of a weaker team, I decided to captain Koloamatangi, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know what made me just do this. You were one off me. Wow, Swift. Well done. Well, updates are still coming in, so you never know. You could snag it off me. But 3 minutes before the South game, I said to myself, I feel like Colo could be one of the best captain picks this week. So what I did was I took the C off Cleary and I put it straight onto Colo. And it was the best decision I think I've made this year. Not in terms of the point difference, just in terms of following my gut. It just was really good to know that I followed my gut, my instinct, my Supercoach prowess, and it worked out very, very well. Now, I did say before in another video about trading Payne Haas. I didn't pull the trigger yet because I want to kind of go to see if I can go Haas to like Marzu and Tedesco and use his money for that. Because I definitely want to be getting Tedesco in round 15. Now, if you were a Tedesco owner in the first half, you were really crapping yourself because he was on absolutely nothing, about 20, 30 points. Then he snags a try in like the last 10 seconds or something, which is absolutely absurd. I traded out Jenkins, Iongi. Who does it? Can I see? I can't see. It was Jenkins, Iongi, and Horsburgh. So yeah, Jenkins, Iongi, Horsburgh. I would have lost money on Jenkins. Iongi would have been about break even, but he's got Melbourne and Bulldogs, so that's why I kind of pulled the plug on that. And I did that so I could get cash for Colo. I then brought Gutherson in, who got a very nice support try. And I thought, oh my God, he's destined for 80 plus. And then it kind of just was like a very weird game. I almost don't know what happened. But I'm still not mad at the points because he is on 14. So I am going to make money here. And they have Dolphins next into a bye. So even if he kind of goes a bit meh next game, it could be a sideways trade for Teddy. But let's get into the wrap up. I just wanted to give you a bit of my team overview. I had Hines on the bye, Farmworth on the bye, Ero, Fanua Blake. Like, I had some key players out and I still popped to 1240. So next week, I'm really hoping to fly. And I'm going to have a lot of reserves. One thing, my biggest regret this week is mostly having McCarthy in my starting team. I actually did think Newcastle were going to put on some points and it was going to kind of be like a 24-18 game. Newcastle are just really scary. It's getting close to being a write-off, and the only person I care about in that team is Dylan Lucas. But that team in general, I think it's getting pretty close to just an all-out avoid team. It's getting really, really scary if you have any Newcastle players in your team, or just if you're a Newcastle fan. Like, I do not understand what's going on. They get inside the 20, they get opportunities, and the attack is so bad. But let's get into the wrap-up. Let's try and do this nice and quick for you all. I hope you had wonderful scores. 1252 on Captain Drinky. Great call on Colo. Thank you so much. 1252 is a very nice score, so don't be mad at that. I'm curious to know what par will be, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So Dragons versus Knights. Let's try and keep this as Supercoach relevant as possible. And I think two people you'd talk about here. One is Gagai. Some people went to him last week as well. I completely forget. He didn't have the kicking duties this game, right? But an 80 from him. He looked like the only guy that was really doing anything for the team. He was making some really little breaks on the right-hand side. So shout outs to him getting an 80. That's very, very nice. It's just really what they do from here, right? It's getting quite scary. We expected Newcastle Knights to be a bit better and string some more wins. It's not happening. Apparently, Ponga is under injury clouds. If you have Ponga, I think it's just time to go, boom, get rid of him. I don't know what you can do in that scenario. It's mostly a very, very tough scenario now because he's kind of ruined your season if you've held him, in all honesty. It's getting to that point because we're halfway through and he's lost so much money. But it is what it is. Gutherson, 63. I'll live with it. He's in my team. Couchman, very nice. Return back game, 70. Absolutely huge. Holmes, 58. Bit under par, especially he did back up, so it is what it is. Tonga, very, very nice. 57. Hamish Stewart, 51. You'll live with that. King Togia, 43. Not bad. This is the game where maybe you want him to score a bit more, but still you'll live with 43. And honestly, McCarthy, 39. And Sharp, 45. Now it gets scary if you're a Sharp owner. Like myself. It's like, should we start concentrating on pulling the plug? He loses money here. So that's really, really going to be an interesting decision. Because you don't really want a guy who's got such high ceiling to be scoring like that. So we'll have to see how it goes. So they don't have Roosters. Do they have a bye next week? Let me just check something because I want to bring up the schedule so we can go through what they have. Let's see here. Because just Knights in general are a really good talking point. All right, so just look here, Newcastle. So they've had St. George. They have Manly next week, who had an absolutely massive win. So that's very, very scary. Then they have Sydney Roosters, Dolphins away, Canberra bye. That's actually not that great for them. I know it's Manly at Newcastle's home, but Manly coming off a pretty big win. That it's really interesting now whether you just kind of start pulling the plug slowly on these Knights players. So I think we'll see a bit of people here and there sort of start spilling off. And maybe the only person you keep is like a Gagai, Dylan Lucas at the minute. But yeah, it's really going to be a tough decision there for you. I don't think anything else really to talk about in this team or in this game, I should say. I don't really think Lucas 52, you basically didn't see him for a lot of the game. It just was going all Dragons way. But yeah, that is completely it. Can't with the 34. If you still have him, I think it's time to go. Next, let's go to Titan Storm. Now, I didn't get to watch this game, but I live in the Gold Coast. It was super, super wet. I wasn't touching anyone from this game in terms of vice captaincy or captaincy, but you are super stoked if you have Campbell in your team like myself. 93 is massive. I think he's just going to be the leading 5'8" that you need to get in very, very soon. Tino with the 57 is huge, but Jaden Campbell, that is what you're expecting from him. That's his type of ceiling. So very, very interesting to see how people are going to get to him now. Do they do like Payne Haas and Togia and then go up and go down? It's going to be very, very interesting. Wish up with the 62, but we know that's like sort of against injuries and stuff like that. Munster with a 41. Maybe you'd prefer him not to have played this game if he's getting a 41, but it is what it is. Garlic, I know people were talking about Garlic, 23, maybe didn't get enough minutes or was just too wet. I don't know exactly his minutes in this one, but that's not very good. Liero backs up far. Logo 75 is nice if you still held on to him after all the people flocked to him. But nothing crazy here. And no, Jerome Hughes, 32. That's very poor if you have him in your team. I thought he didn't play. That's pretty insane. And nothing really. Maybe Sammy for the Gold Coast, 83. Maybe a bit of a watch here. 581,000 seems to put some points on here and there. But nothing much. Furmore, 52. He's just the person that's going to plug away and get you a 50 to 60. Whether it's getting, he had 113 break even. Wow. So I think it's coming close to the time that you either make the decision whether you're going, okay, Furmore, you've done the job. But I actually don't mind holding Furmore, to be honest with you. Firstly, I think they're playing better footy. They're versing Broncos away. Oh, it's just tough for them, isn't it? Broncos away. Broncos have to win this game. Manly, Parramatta, North Queensland. Maybe you can hold Furmore. Again, though, he's got the origin duty, so it is rough. I think it's getting close to maybe having to get rid of him. 12-16 with Olakuatu and Tamale sitting out. Oh, no. Pat. Mate, that hurts. I had Tamale out too. Geez, that Olakuatu one would have hurt because he got that try and then he just got the easiest like little bomb try where no one jumped for it and he just grabbed it and put it down. Oh, you would have had a very nice score this round. You would have had what, like 1,300, I guess, 1,300 to 1,350 with that differential. Wow, that's unfortunate, man. Thanks for coming in though. But yeah, unfortunate on that one. Wow, that's a hard pill to swallow. Cowboys versus Tigers. Okay, one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, and this is why I hate being a Cowboy supporter. All our way, and just absolutely Tigers come back. You didn't know what was happening. First off, Purdue, 101. Look, great if you've held him. I think Tigers are just absolutely going to be horrid the rest of this season. Terrell May just going to plug away and get us a 70 to 80, I think, if he keeps playing 80. Laybut with the 63 hurts because I was talking about going to Laybut and I went to McCarthy instead. But the reason I also did this was because he hasn't played his third game. So now he could be a bit of a sneaky trade, but I have to weigh that up. Bateman, 85, you got to try this game. Dearden with the 114 is huge. So Drinkwater gets upgraded to 71, which is nice. You thought this was the type of game he could go 120, and it just didn't happen. Taruva, 29, that's a bit meh, especially with 28 points. Jackbird, 73, sorry. That's really nice. If you had Terrell May as captain, it's not bad. You know, you doing the safe play, not bad at all. I think people were crazy if they didn't go Tedesco captain this round. I said it basically all week. I don't know what he finished on, but should be around 100. Toa, really nice, 112, but nothing else really to talk about here Supercoach-wise. Laybut should be on a watch now as a little cheapy because they don't have any more buys. So, yeah, look at that a bit. And let's go to the next game. The Sea Eagles versus the Broncos. you thought, okay, Broncos are going to step up. You don't know which Eagles team is going to turn up, but you expect Broncos to. I have no idea what is going on with this Broncos team. It is shocking. Man with the 41 with a try is really, really concerning if you're an owner of him. But again, they only score 6 points, so he gets their only try. Carrigan, 63, nice, but really Shibasaki is just holding his weight a bit, which is also good to see if you still randomly have him. Let's talk about Seagulls. Hopewade has been absolutely huge. Someone who I kind of faded on, and at this point I'm kind of regretting. I'm just like trying to weigh up or think whether it's too late to go there. So if we talk about the Manly draw, they have Parramatta away, Broncos, Newcastle, Gold Coast. So I still think you can go there. I just wonder what Tommy Turbo is going to do for him. But I mean, in winger, he does well. In fullback, he does well. Maybe it's just a play for him. Again, it's just about the type of Manly Sea Eagles team that turns up. Luke Brooks, 106. That's a unicorn in the wind, something you'll see once in your lifetime, if not never. That is just, yeah, that's just like, that 106, I don't think you'll see Brooks in triple digits again. Clayton Falalo, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, 99, great to see. Ola Kawatu, this is what you expect from him. It's also a bit worrying that it's 91 with 2 tries. Maybe you want to see it like 110. Again, his base gets really weird when he doesn't get attacking points, or his base is just quite low in terms of that. But if you've held and you've played him or you have him, you're still happy with it. Cooler, 78, great to see. Garrick, 68, kind of bumping it up, but still not the Garrick we've really wanted, especially in a 34-point win. He had a 92 break even. Like, he is just getting really, really low at the moment. I think it's time that we go to Garrick, though, with this break that's coming up. I've held on him for a long, long time, and I think it's time we go around in this period on him because they have, like, a really, really nice run coming up. So, for me, Garrick will be a play next week, and then I'll go from there. Nothing else of too crazy for Eagles there. Maybe Jazz Tavaga, 67, plugged away and got you that, which is really nice, especially if you have him in hooker. And that's it for this game, Supercoach wise. Adam Reynolds, 39 as well, if you have him in Supercoach. Not the best in a game like this. Rabbitohs Warriors. Warriors had this game in hand, and Rabbitohs, Latrell Mitchell, in fact, just said, hold my beer. Let's see if we can win this. They nearly did, but they didn't. Hubner, someone who I've held on to, 65. He was just a workhorse this game. Koloamatangi, 110. I had him as captain. Super, super happy about that. That was really, really nice. Most probably saved my round doing this. Metcalf, 127. Far out. Most probably my worst trade of the season, I'd say, is not holding Metcalf. He's just absolutely killing it in some games. I don't know how, but it's happening. RTS 84. Mitchell, amazing, but origin bound. I don't think we can go there yet. But great. Alex Johnson gets a hat trick this game, I think, for 103. So that's very, very cool. Aitken, 53. I just think this is what he's going to be, a 50 to 60 guy max. That's what you've bought him in for. I think he was a bit of a trap personally, but that's just me. Halasima had to try this game. Don't read into that. Clark with an 80. Wow, he's been amazing for me. Yeah, that is really, really nice. I guess the concerning fact is they let South score 30 points on them. Barnett goes down with a knee injury. He's gone in for scans. This is very, very dangerous for everyone that's traded in Colo. If Barnett goes down, I expect Colo to come in. Whether he's a hold or not, we'll just have to wait and see, but just be prepared for that because that can definitely happen. So you're kind of praying that the scans are fine. He's going to be back in 2 weeks and be good and ready to go, meaning Barnett. And that's it for the Souths and Warriors game in Supercoach relevancy. Yeah, nothing else much there, to be honest with you. Hubner, very happy with that, by the way. Let's go to the next one. Panthers versus Eels. Nice game. Didn't watch all of it. Cleary 86. I thought Cleary had a chance of going absolutely massive this game. Didn't happen, but 86 is still very, very good. Williams has been absolutely huge if he's in your team. Congratulations. He has some really nice line breaks too. And yo, 48. That is a bit rough. Damn. 48 for Isaiah. Yo, man, that's weird. McLean had chances to give Jenkins a bit more, even a try, but McLean gets the try. Jenkins still gets a try this game, which you're happy if you held him, but his break even was so high. Patea 42, that's okay. Toto 82, Edwards 60. I mean, you're okay with these. Nothing crazy, to be honest with you, and nothing like game defining. I think Katoga went off with an injury. Sam Rani 36, so that kind of floor is hitting you now. Hot Good 41, Lomax 51. A lot of people randomly went Lomax this week. I steer cleared of that, and I think I've made a correct decision so far. So interesting what happens there. Dylan Brown with the 53, Adokar with the 52. So nothing crazy there. One thing is, does Jack Williams just become this set and forget piece now because of this injury? But also, they come into some pretty tough games. It's Melbourne, Bulldogs, then a bye, I think, for memory. Plus, they have Origin players going out. So that's getting a bit iffy there. So that's a bit of a risk if you don't already have him. Last but not least, Tedesco with a 94. I was really scared this week of not having Tedesco. I'm happy he didn't go like 130. 94 is still a very, very respectable score. But his break even was 151. So this is great because they have a bye next week, and then I'm going to get him in when he's kind of bottomed out or perfectly bottomed out. Sandon Smith 70. I think he's a season keeper. Tamale gets you 92, absolutely huge. I didn't play him this round, but I still held him. I love their draw, Canberra. It's just so damn good. So I'm very excited to see what he can do in this next sort of phase, these next 4 to 5 games. And also, I just think he's just a starter now. You can't have him as a non-reserve or just not a starter. It's too risky. He's the tackle buster. He had a freakish try assist. Like, it was just insane what he did. So yeah, he's basically won them the game with that try assist. It's insane. Savage, if you still had Savage, congratulations, because that's a nice little score after him getting a really bad score last week. So he's still -1 with the 55. You'd love to see that. And maybe he's someone you can start doing that gets you sort of upwards towards, like the Herbie Farnworths, the Carrazas. So that's going to be an interesting play. Nothing too else pretty crazy from the Roosters. Like Watson with the 50, cool. Savala 47, you're happy with that. This is when we're going to have to start planning for the round 15 bye, which in all honesty, I'm pretty set on, but nothing else much here for Mark. What the hell? So Mark gets the first try in the game and only got 37? That's really weird. Also, it was very dewy this game. It was very it wasn't raining, but it was still very wet. Like, you could just tell. So, I mean, that's not an excuse. But, yeah, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting with that. All right. All right. That is your wrap-up, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being in here, guys. I don't think there's any much more to speak about. One thing I just wanted to check is how my round 15 is looking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm happy with that because I'm also going to be getting Tedesco in. And I'd say trade out targets for me would be looking to be, it's most probably going to be Billy Smith, or I could just hold him. Oh, maybe McCarthy. Oh, I don't even know. Maybe Sharp. There's so many questions now we need to ask with the Newcastle Knights. I could go Sharp to Tedesco and just go a week early, but I'm not really a fan of that. But we'll have to wait and see. Galvin, I also want to see when he's playing, but I think he's just going to sit there until he plays for the Bulldogs. Hubner, he will go soon, but I still think with the score he got, I can still hold him because he's doing some great work there. So yeah, my team is getting to a point where I just think after I make a couple more changes to fullbacks and CT dubs, I'm basically just playing I'm only trading if injuries happen and seeing what goes from there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, guys. This is your round 13 wrap up. I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope your score was really good. And thank you so much for watching once again. I'll catch you this week coming for a bit of a preview round and also go into sort of like captains, trade targets coming through around Monday or Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for being here. Much love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good luck and rage trade well.